I think Ji'Ayir Brown, honestly, is in the same boat as Jaquan Brisker, where he was extremely underrated. A team is going to catch on, and I think looks like it's going to be a reach, but it's not going to be a reach if they take him in the second round. That's just at least my opinion. Where does Ji'Ayir Brown fit into all of this for someone who's ranked just outside of the top 100 prospects according to most websites?
Yeah, it's crazy. I think Ji'Ayir Brown, like, I'm not biased at all on this. I think he's being super overlooked by a lot of people. If you go on PFF's website, he's like their 7th or 8th like safety. They have him 135 overall. I think that's crazy. And Jaquan Brisker tweeted out the other day, like, guys, don't make the same mistake y'all did with me. And if you really look at it as pure safeties, like Brian Branch isn't a pure safety. I'm low-key an Alabama fan. There's a Mack Wilson jersey here. But he played that star position. So he's like a big safety, kind of nickel corner, does a lot of things in that Alabama defense. So he's not like a true safety like what Ji'Ayir Brown was. And when you talk about the ball skills, the production there that Ji'Ayir Brown had over the last few seasons, you're like, he's really good at stopping the run. He's great in coverage, had a 77 PFF grade in 2022 in coverage. He's in on every play. He's that leader on the field. I don't see a real weakness in his game, so I'm not sure where this, I guess, I don't want to say like people are just like overlooking him, but he's just not getting the credit he deserves. And the same went for Brisker. I loved Brisker coming out last year. That's who I really wanted us to get. Like before I started even like having to talk about Penn State and stuff like that, like covering them, I was like, yo, this guy, Jaquan Brisker, is a beast. I want him on this team. He's killing it with the Bears. I think he was the best rookie safety last year. Right there. Petrie had a really good year too. But I think with Ji'Ayir Brown, like when you look at J.L. Skinner, Jordan Battle, who's an Alabama guy, I think he's better than both of them. Antonio Johnson, I think Brian Branch is better if you're going to list him as a safety. But I just don't get where this like people just aren't giving him enough credit. I'm not sure why, but I think Ji'Ayir Brown's going to surprise a lot of people. I think he's worthy of a second round pick, but I don't think that's where he'll go. I could see him going somewhere in the third. If I'm looking at a team, maybe the Browns at 74, they need some safety help. Green Bay at 78, they're getting some more picks since Rodgers is officially gone. So maybe that allows them to take a top, talent safety at one of those picks there. But it's crazy. I don't understand it. Is it Penn State safeties that for some reason causes this or what? But a lot of people are sleeping on Ji'Ayir Brown, but I think he could be the best rookie safety next season.
I mean, if it's the athleticism, because he doesn't exactly wow you with the speed, bench press, maybe. I thought the bench press, the vertical, the 40, they were all respectable. They weren't egregious by any means. You're looking for a guy that just knows football. And that's Ji'Ayir Brown, someone who's the smartest guy in the room. He's not going to act like it. He carries himself with great confidence and that leadership. This is somebody that eventually will lead your locker room. Okay. Yeah. Like he was always the guy. Every time you talk to a Penn State coach, they said, man, Ji'Ayir Brown's leadership has been not tough to replace, but it's been noticeable. Right. And it's always been Ji'Ayir Brown. Ji'Ayir Brown. Who's the leader that you miss the most? Ji'Ayir Brown. So that matters. Those intangibles that you really can't teach, they matter.
Yeah, and you talk about the IQ. I think he has the best football IQ out of it, and I think that shows when he puts himself in position to get all these interceptions and force fumbles. It shows on the field that he can read and react, and that's what I want out of my safety. I don't want a guy who's going to second guess, kind of just sits back and waits for the play to develop. He gets ahead of it. He can read the quarterbacks, their tendencies, where they want to go. If something breaks down with their corners, we saw that last year too. A lot of stuff across the middle. Ji'Ayir Brown was coming up and breaking up some passes and stuff like that. So that's what I want out of my safety. Honestly, I don't know what other NFL teams are looking for, but a guy who can hit hard like that, cause turnovers, but also put his guys in a position to where big plays aren't being given up. It's like, sign me up. That's worth a second round pick for me.